sound like an all-in-one creator. Do you have an editor that you use for your book?
I don't. That's probably my downfall there, unless you count my wife. Then I'll have her read stuff like, "Hey, how does this sound? Does it make sense?" You know,
that's my editor too. That's my editor too.
Gwen is my editor on Star Noir, so
yeah, mine too.
Okay, it works.
It helps too. Like I think where Amy is very helpful with the editing, like, is my punctuation and grammar is usually pretty awful, so she helps fix that. But also, like, if something doesn't make sense, where it's like I don't see it, she kind of says, "Can you do this a different way?" Or, you know, that's. But I know, like, some people like speak very highly about getting a professional editor to look at their stuff, and I've never done it. Have you, Tony or Johnny?
I have not. I've been asked. I have not. I've gotten an editor though.
Yeah, you know, one of these days I'm gonna pull the trigger on that just to see what the difference is, like, to see if it like helps me become better, you know, like as a creator and stuff. Johnny, what were you gonna say?
So my first draft for Clark and 5, which I've never produced, I did get edited, and it was very enlightening to see, because they didn't do grammatical edits, they did story edits. So they came back and they're like, you don't need this, you don't need this, and it made me think of the whole script in a complete. That's part of the reason why I still haven't finished it, is that they gave me such perspective in changing big fundamental things that I had set up, that it made me rethink the whole story. You know what I mean? So it's always good to have that exterior perspective, but also if you're getting a story editor or somebody who's going to critique the content as opposed to just the grammatical stuff, be prepared to make edits or changes, or, you know, go in there knowing that, you know, if you're influential, that might change your story or upend your story a little bit.
Oh yeah,
that draft might not be your final draft after all.
Yeah, right. And Diana's came back here too. She said that is something you should definitely get. I am my husband's editor as well, but it's something that I have been doing for others as well. So there you go. And there
you go.
And she also says, yep, they can really help. Yeah, I agree. The stuff like that, Johnny, is something that I probably could use, you know, like,
well, you're also on Gig. Like we advertised at the beginning of the show. So if you're a creator, are you on Gig by any chance? No?
Javen,
I know I am.
Oh, you me? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not. No.
So Global Indie Group. Check it out. It's it's what, $5 a month, Keith?
Something like that. Yeah.
It's like just a Angie's List for creative types. So if you need a colorist, a letterer, editor, things if you can find a couple of guys who run an indie comics relay, you can go in there and you can find it.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. Those things are always helpful to be able to connect with people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And Amy's got some feedback here as well. She said, I'd say don't invest in an editor until you're ready to listen to an editor and not look at every word in the script as if it's precious. Yeah. That's great advice. Like, I can count on my hands and feet how many creators I've ever run into that think they've written the masterpiece, and you look at it and you're like,
so don't be Gollum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
right.
My precious.
My precious. Yeah. That's great.
PlasticCityComicCon presents, in association with Mellow Fellow Trading, a second exclusive comic cover, with art by Dan Parent. Inspired by famous beach beauty Kristen Brinkley, it's the beautiful Betty Cooper, in Archie Comics Betty and Veronica Summer Spectacular. This exclusive cover is available only at PlasticCityComicCon. Meet artist Dan Parent and pick up a copy of this exclusive cover, only at PlasticCityComicCon. Saturday, July 20th, 2024, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Doubletree by Hilton in Leominster, Massachusetts. Admission is just $10. Visit PlasticCityComicCon.com for early tickets and info.
He starts, it's all over, but we don't get mad, baby. The Hulkster just gets even. But I'll be in that ring and I'll be wrestling because I'm not a coward.
Jimmy Hart.
I'm gonna have Jimmy Hart! Jimmy Hart wants, Jimmy Hart gets, man.
me, the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. Join me on July the 20th at the Plastic City Comic-Con in Leominster, Massachusetts. I'll be at the Hilton Doubletree. Doors open at 10 a.m. Come by, get a picture, get an autograph, say hello.